Greetings, Earthlings. I'm Jet, your galactic guide to the cosmos, and today we're journeying across the universe. Fasten your seatbelts as we embark on an out-of-this-world adventure through outer space. Ready for blast-off?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Now let's kickstart our adventure with the real space heroes, astronauts. Astronauts are super special scientists trained to go into space, but it's not just a quick hop. They undergo rigorous training to handle extreme conditions, from zero gravity to operating spacecraft and conducting scientific experiments. In space, there's no up or down, and astronauts experience weightlessness. They have to learn to move, eat, sleep, and work in a place where they can float anytime, anywhere. Not everyone becomes an astronaut. It takes a sound mix of skills, physical fitness, sharp problem-solving, teamwork, and, of course, a passion for exploration. Living in space changes you. Without gravity, astronauts can get a bit taller, but they also need to exercise daily to keep their muscles and bones strong. Astronauts become multitasking masters, handling scientific research, repairs, maintenance, and even some unexpected challenges space throws at them. They're like cosmic superheroes. Hold tight! Watch this space shuttle launch. With a rumbling roar and mighty force, it breaks free from Earth's gravity. Space shuttles are incredible vehicles designed for traveling to orbit. They carry astronauts, satellites, and supplies to space stations. Launch is intense. Shuttles rocket into the sky with 7 million pounds of thrust, hurtling through Earth's atmosphere at over 17,500 miles per hour. These shuttles are reusable. They glide back to Earth, landing like an airplane, ready for the next mission. This was a game-changer in space travel. Despite their power and size, shuttles need a delicate touch. Piloting them during landing is a precise task because, unlike planes, they can't pull up for a second try. Every part of the shuttle has a purpose. The big external tank holds fuel for liftoff, solid rocket boosters power the ascent, and the orbiter is where the crew lives and works. Space is no walk in the park, friends. It's a vacuum with no air to breathe and extreme temperatures, but astronauts are prepared with spacesuits. Spacesuits aren't just a fashion statement, friends. They're engineered to protect astronauts from extreme temperatures, radiation, and tiny space debris zooming around at high speeds. Did you know spacesuits are like mini spaceships? They supply oxygen for breathing and remove carbon dioxide, regulate temperature, and even monitor astronauts' health. One suit doesn't fit all. Each suit is tailored for the astronaut, ensuring maximum protection and movement. And they're not light either. Some can weigh up to 280 pounds on Earth. These suits have many layers, some for protection, some for warmth, and others to keep the astronaut comfy. The helmet is super crucial. It has a special visor to shield astronauts' eyes from the sun's bright light and any floating space material. Safety first in space style. But wait, there's more. Before we move further, let's rocket into the discussion about, well, rockets and understand why they're so crucial for space exploration. We launch rockets for various reasons. To study more about our universe, observe Earth from above, communicate using satellites, and even to send rovers or humans to other planets. Rockets are powerful machines that carry astronauts, satellites, and cargo to space. Unlike airplanes, they're designed to work where there's no air, which is why they look so streamlined and pointy. Oh, speaking of rockets, we absolutely must talk about one of the superstars of space travel, the Falcon rockets. These are a game changer. Our solar system is part of the Milky Way galaxy, which is just one of billions in the universe. Each galaxy contains billions of stars, just like our sun. Isn't the universe vast and amazing? Our solar system is home to 8 fantastic planets, all circling one magnificent star we call the sun. It's a massive ball of fiery gas, and it's so big you could fit 1,000,000 Earths inside it. The sun is extremely hot. Its surface temperature is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than molten lava. We need the sun to live. It gives us light and warmth. Plants use the sun's light to grow, and we get our energy from the food made by these plants. Without the sun, our Earth would be a very cold and dark place. Remember, it's important never to look directly at the sun, especially without special glasses. It's super bright and can hurt our eyes. Always be safe when enjoying the beauty and warmth of our amazing sun. Every planet is unique. Let's start with Mercury, the closest planet to the sun, has a very extreme temperature range. It can reach up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, but drop to minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit at night because it has no atmosphere to retain that heat. A year on Mercury, or one full orbit around the sun, takes only 88 Earth days. However, a day on Mercury, or one full rotation on its axis, takes 59 Earth days. Mercury has a massive iron core, and its magnetic field is only about 1% as strong as Earth's. Venus is often called Earth's sister planet because of their similar size, composition, and proximity to the Sun. However, its atmosphere is thick with carbon dioxide, and it's the hottest planet, with surface temperatures high enough to melt lead. One unusual aspect of Venus is that it rotates in the opposite direction of most other planets, including Earth. This retrograde rotation means that the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Venus doesn't have any moons, which is quite uncommon for a planet. Earth is unique in our solar system, as it's the only planet confirmed to have liquid water on its surface, a key ingredient to support life as we know it. Our planet's atmosphere is composed of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and trace amounts of other gases, a mixture conducive to sustaining life. Earth's moon, the largest natural satellite relative to the size of its planet, helps stabilize the planetary axis, leading to a relatively stable climate. Mars, known as the red planet, gets its color from iron oxide, which is rust on its surface. It has the tallest mountain known in the solar system, Olympus Mons, a shield volcano that is 13 miles high and 373 miles in diameter. Despite having only 38% of the surface gravity of Earth, Mars has a very similar day length, with one day lasting 24.6 Earth hours. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. It's so massive that it weighs more than twice the combined mass of all the other planets. This giant planet has a powerful magnetic field, dozens of moons, and a massive storm known as the Great Red Spot, which has been raging for hundreds of years. Jupiter's moon Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, and it's even bigger than the planet Mercury. Saturn is most famous for its stunning rings, made mostly from chunks of ice and rock, some as tiny as grains of sand, while others are as big as mountains. It has the most extensive moon system of any planet in our solar system, with the large moon Titan being particularly noteworthy as it is bigger than the planet Mercury and has a complex atmosphere. Saturn is the flattest planet because of its low density and fast rotation speed. Uranus rotates on its side, possibly because of a collision with another large celestial object, which makes it unique among the planets in our solar system. It's often referred to as an ice giant planet since it has a rocky core surrounded by a thick layer of water, ammonia, and methane ices. Uranus has thin rings. Unlike the rings of Saturn, Uranus's rings are dark and composed of relatively large particles that range up to 10 meters in diameter. Neptune is known for its strong winds, some of the fastest in the solar system, with speeds reaching nearly 1,304 miles per hour. It is an ice giant with a dark spot that resembles Jupiter's Great Red Spot, but this storm vanishes and reappears over the years. Neptune has a very thin collection of rings, which are likely made up of ice particles mixed with dust grains and possibly coated with a carbon-based substance. Now behold the moon, Earth's satellite. Did you know astronauts have walked on it? The first was Neil Armstrong in 1969. He said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." How cool is that? Did you know that the moon is Earth's closest neighbor in space? It's not a planet. It's called a satellite because it orbits around the Earth. Even though it looks close, it's actually about 238,855 miles away from Earth. That's so far that you could fit every single planet in the solar system in the space between the Earth and the moon. The moon has lots of holes on its surface called craters. These craters were made a long time ago by space rocks hitting the moon. Some people think the moon looks like it's made of cheese because of these holes, but it's actually made of rock and dust. The moon shines brightly at night because it reflects the light from the sun. So, when we see the moon glowing in the night sky, it's like the sun saying hello through the moon. It's our very own nightlight in the sky. The moon has a special kind of magic called gravity, which pulls on Earth's oceans. This is why we have high tides and low tides at the beach. It's like the moon is playing a gentle game of tug-of-war with the sea. Look there. It's a space station, where astronauts live and work for months. The International Space Station is like a big science house that flies high above our planet. Astronauts live and work there, doing science experiments and learning about space. Imagine floating around while eating, sleeping and working. The space station travels super fast. It orbits or goes around the Earth about every 90 minutes. So astronauts on the International Space Station see 16 sunrises and sunsets every day. Imagine having 16 birthdays a day. Water is precious in space, so astronauts on the space station recycle almost everything, even their sweat and, yes, even their pee. It gets cleaned up and turned back into drinking water. It might sound funny, but it's super important to save resources in space. Beyond our solar system, space teems with wonders. Dazzling stars, mysterious black holes that pull everything close into their darkness, rocky asteroids and icy comets zooming around. It's a busy universe out there. First, let's talk about our amazing stars. Stars might look like tiny dots in the night sky, but they are actually very, very big and very, very hot balls of gas. They shine so brightly that we can see them from very far away. Stars can be different colors. Some are red, some are blue, and others are yellow like our sun. The color can tell us how hot the star is. Blue stars are super hot, while red ones are a bit cooler. Just like plants and animals have life cycles, so do stars. They're born, they live for a long time, and then they change or die. But don't worry, stars live for billions of years. Sometimes, stars look like they form patterns in the sky. These patterns are called constellations. People have been making up stories about constellations for a very long time. All right, let's move on and learn all about black holes. You can think of a black hole as a giant vacuum cleaner in space. It sucks up everything that gets too close, including light. That's why it's called a black hole, because not even light can escape from it. Even though we call them black holes, they aren't holes like you'd find in the ground. They're more like big invisible whirlpools in space, where gravity pulls everything into a tiny point. Black holes aren't hiding everywhere in space, ready to gobble up planets. They form when really big stars run out of fuel and collapse. So Earth is safe from being sucked into one. Pretty cool, right? Okay, little explorers, let's talk about asteroids. Asteroids are like giant rocky space potatoes. They're pieces of rock that fly around in space. Some are small, like pebbles, while others can be as big as whole cities. Many asteroids hang out together in a place called the asteroid belt, which is between the planets Mars and Jupiter. It's like a big space highway filled with rocky travelers. A long, long time ago, a big asteroid might have hit Earth and caused the dinosaurs to go extinct. That means because of that asteroid, the dinosaurs disappeared from our planet. When small space rocks or pieces of asteroids enter Earth's atmosphere and burn up, they look like shooting stars or meteors in the sky. So, when you make a wish on a shooting star, you might be wishing on a tiny piece of an asteroid. Lastly, let's learn about comets. Comets are sometimes called dirty snowballs because they are made up of ice, dust, and rocky material. Imagine a snowball with a bit of dirt and pebbles in it, flying through space. When a comet comes close to the sun, it warms up and releases gas and dust. This creates a glowing tail that always points away from the sun because of the solar wind. This tail can stretch for millions of miles. Comets orbit or go around the sun in really long and stretched out paths. Some comets take thousands of years to complete one trip around the sun. One of the most famous comets is called Halley's Comet. It's special because it comes close to Earth every 76 years. Many people get to see it once, or maybe even twice in their lifetime. Wow, space is beyond cool, isn't it, explorers? What a spectacular adventure. Remember, space is ever expanding with new discoveries waiting out there. Don't forget to subscribe and join me, Jet, for more fantastic journeys through the cosmos. Until next time, dream big, little astronauts.